The river glints like molten silver under Kwemto's dawn, its currents weaving through a valley where mud huts cluster and egrets skim the water's edge, their wings flashing white. In this village, where fishermen cast nets and griots sing of spirits, a newborn's cry echoes, stirring whispers of destiny. The air hums with the scent of fish and damp earth. But beneath the calm, a family's tension brews, as sharp as a storm's first gust. If you think you can sail this tale without a shiver or a gasp, you probably won't survive this. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop a comment with your location and local time. I'd love to know where you're listening as we dive into this African folktale. Kwemto thrives on the river's bounty, its people mending nets and weaving baskets under acacias, their songs blending with the water's hum. Kofi, a fisherman with hands scarred from ropes, lives in a sturdy hut with his new wife, Nia, and his son, Tunde, from his late first wife, Mawa, revered as a healer, died years ago, her memory woven into griots' tales, her spirit said to linger in the river. Kofi, broad-shouldered and kind, married Nia, a weaver with sharp eyes and a sharper tongue, hoping for peace. But her envy of Mawa's legacy festers, a shadow in their home. This morning, Kofi cradles his newborn daughter, born to Nia but conceived in mystery, her eyes gleaming like the river at dusk. He names her Sira, meaning gift, his voice soft as he hums Mawa's lullaby, the baby's tiny hand gripping his finger. Tunde, 10, watches, his grin wide, already vowing to teach Sira net casting. Nia, weaving a mat, forces a smile, her fingers tight, her heart cold. She's frail, she says, her voice clipped, eyeing Sira's glow, a radiance unlike her own son's. The village, gathered at the birth feast, praises Sira's beauty. Elder Deka, a griot with a kora, noting, the river's light is in her. Nia, silent, feels the sting, her envy a thorn, blind to the divine spark in Sira's eyes. Kofi, casting nets by noon, feels the river's pulse, its currents strong, as if whispering secrets. He recalls Mawa's tales of Yamosa, the river goddess, who blesses Kwemto with fish and fertility, her wrath fierce for those who harm her own. Sira's birth, after Nia's long barren years, feels like Yamosa's gift, but Nia's coldness chills him. Tunde, helping with the nets, chatters about Sira, his pride warm, unaware of his stepmother's growing malice. Nia, in the hut, weaves alone, her thoughts dark Sira, a rival to Tunde's future, a reminder of Mawa's hold. Must not stay, her plan, forming like a river's bend, is a sin Kwemto's griots would mourn. By dusk, the village settles, fires crackling, griots singing of Yamosa's grace. Kofi, mending a net, shares fish with neighbors, his laughter rich. Sira's cradle beside him, her coos a melody. Nia, serving yam stew, hides her intent, her eyes on the river, its waters a perfect veil for her deed. Tunde, playing with a carved boat, dreams of Sira's future, his innocence a light Nia resents. Elder Deka, passing, hums, the river sees all, his words a warning Nia ignores, her envy a tide pulling her toward a choice that will awaken Yamosa's gaze, binding Sira's fate to Kwemto's heart in a tale of divine reckoning. The moon hangs low over Kwemto, silvering the river's surface as it winds past mud huts, its gentle hum masking the storm brewing in Nia's heart. Inside Kofi's hut, Sira sleeps in her cradle, her tiny chest rising, her glow remember that river-like radiance Elder Deka praised soft in the lamplight. Kofi, snoring beside his nets, dreams of Mawa's smile, while Tunde, curled on a mat, clutches his carved boat, his love for Sira pure. Nia, awake, weaves a basket, her fingers swift, her eyes sharp with envy, her plan to rid herself of Sira, the child who overshadows Tunde and echoes Mawa. Now a burning resolve. Unaware that Sira is Yamosa's daughter, Nia's bitter heart drives her toward a deed that will ripple through Kwemto, inviting the river goddess's wrath. Nia's envy, festering since Sira's birth, feeds on village whispers griots sing of the baby's light. Neighbors gift cowries for her health. Kofi's pride in her outshines Tunde's. Mawa's spirit lives in her, a trader said, and Nia, hearing, felt her place shrink, her son's future dimmed by a girl she never wanted. Her weaving slows, her gaze on Sira's cradle, the baby's coos a taunt. She recalls Kofi's tales of Yamosa, the river goddess who blesses and curses, but scoffs Sira is no divine child, just a threat to Tunda's inheritance, a knot in Nia's woven life. The river, glinting outside, calls, its depths a solution to her fear. Rising. Nia moves silently, her bare feet soft on the dirt floor, her heart pounding but cold. She lifts Sira, the baby's warmth stirring a flicker of doubt, but envy douses it. Sira must go, wrapping her in a plain cloth, hiding her glow. Nia slips out, the village asleep. Fires dim, the riverbank, lined with reeds, is deserted, its waters swirling, as if Yamosa watches. Nia, clutching Sira, whispers. Tunde deserves better, her voice a hiss, justifying her sin. She kneels, the current cold against her hands, and sets Sira on the water, the cloth floating like a frail boat. The baby's cry swallowed by the river's hum. The river carries Sira downstream, her glow faint under the cloth, the current gentle, as if cradling her. Nia, watching, feels a pang, fear. Not remorse, then turns, her basket-weaving hands trembling, her deed done. Back in the hut, she lies still. Kofi snores a comfort. Tunde's boat a reminder of her purpose. The village sleeps, unaware. But the river, alive with Yamosa's spirit, hums louder, its waters stirring. A mother's heart awakened. Sira, drifting, is no ordinary child her eyes, like the river at dusk. Mark her as Yamosa's own. A secret Nia's envy could not see, a truth that will shake Kwemto's dust. By dawn. Nia rises, her face calm, her secret buried in the river's depths. Kofi, stirring. Checks Sira's cradle, his shout shattering the quiet. She's gone, he cries, waking Tunde, who scrambles, eyes wide. Nia, feigning shock, clutches her chest, her voice shrill. A spirit took her. She wails, her lie quick, blaming the wood's tales griots. Sing. Kofi, heart-breaking, runs to the river, searching the reeds, his nets forgotten. Tunde trailing, calling Sira's name. The village gathers. Elder Deka's Kora, silent, his words grim. The river knows, he says, his staff tapping, sensing Yamosa's gaze, while Nia, hiding her guilt, joins the search, her envy a poison now laced with fear. Kwemto buzzes women pray by the water, men comb the banks, griots hum of Yamosa's wrath. Kofi, waiting, finds no trace, his hope fading. Mawa's lullaby a ghost in his mind. Tunde, clutching his boat, vows to find Sira, his love fierce, unaware of Nia's hand. Nia, watching, feels the river's hum, its rhythm off, as if judging her. The reeds sway, the water glints, and a faint glow, unseen, pulses downstream, where Yamosa, the goddess, cradles her daughter, her power stirring, ready to unveil Nia's sin and Sira's divine birth in a reckoning Kwemto's griots will sing for generations. The river's current weaves through Kwemto's valley, its waters shimmering under a midday sun, carrying Sira's frail cloth cradle downstream. Her glow, remember that divine radiance Nia tried to douse hidden, but pulsing like a star. In the village, Kofi's cries echo, his search for his stolen daughter frantic, his nets abandoned on the bank where Nia cast Sira away. Tunde, clutching his carved boat, wades beside him, his young voice calling Sira's name, while Nia, her heart a knot of guilt and envy, feigns tears, her lie about spirits cloaking her deed. The river, alive with Yamosa's spirit, hums with purpose, its goddess mother watching, her wrath stirring as Nia, blind to Sira's divine birth, believes her sin is buried in the water's depths, unaware that the river's dark deed will soon spark a miracle to unravel her crime. Kofi, knee deep in reeds, scans the river, his scarred hands trembling. Mawa's lullaby, a broken refrain in his mind. She can't be gone, he mutters, his hope fraying. The river's hum, both comfort and taunt. Tunde, splashing, finds a scrap of cloth, plain like Sira's wrap, and holds it up, eyes wide. Is this hers, he asks, but Kofi shakes his head. The cloth too common, Nia's choice too clever. Nia, trailing, wrings her hands, her wail practiced. Yamosa, spare her, she cries, her voice loud, drawing neighbors' pity, though her eyes dart to the water, fearing its secrets. Elder Deka, watching from the bank, grips his staff, his griot's instinct sharp. The river keeps what it claims, he says, his words a warning Nia feels but ignores. Downstream, where the river widens into a pool fringed with lilies, Sira's cloth catches on a root, her tiny form still, her glow brightening. The water ripples, unnatural, as Yamosa's presence stirs, her spirit a shimmer of blue light. The goddess, her form fluid, lifts Sira, her daughter, cradling her in arms of mist, her voice a soft hum, like Kwemto's dusk. My child, she whispers, her power sealing Sira's breath, her glow a beacon. Fish circle, aigret's perch, the pool alive with Yamosa's will, her love fierce, her wrath held for Nia's reckoning. Sira, unharmed, coos, her eyes river bright, a divine spark Nia could not extinguish, now guarded by a mother's ancient magic. In Kwemto, the search falters, the sun high, the village weary, women pray, offering cowries to Yamosa's shrine, a stone carved with waves by the river. Men comb the woods, fearing spirits, their nets idle. Tunde, refusing to stop, runs to Deka, his boat clutched. Tell Yamosa to give her back, he pleads, his love for Sira fierce, unaware of Nia's hand. Deka, Cora silent, kneels, his voice low. The goddess sees truth. He says, his eyes on Nia, who flinches, her guilt a weight, her envy now laced with dread. Kofi, returning, gathers Tunde, his face etched with grief, but a fisherman, upstream, shouts. A light in the pool, a whisper of Yamosa's work reaching Kwemto's ears. Nia, hearing, pales, her basket-weaving hands shaking, her lie unraveling. She joins the crowd, her voice shrill, a trick of the sun, but her heart races. The river's hum louder, as if Yamosa calls her name. The village moves, led by Kofi, toward the pool, their hope rekindled, griots trailing, their songs of Yamosa's grace swelling. Tunde, clutching his boat, runs ahead, his faith in Sira's return pure, while Nia lags, her envy a chain, her sin exposed to the river's gaze. The pool, glowing, draws them. Sira's light a miracle, Yamosa's hand a promise of justice, her daughter's safety a spark that will ignite Kwemto's wonder and Nia's fear. At the pool, Kofi halts, the water's shimmer unearthly. Sira's glow, faint but clear, her cloth afloat, unharmed. Sira, he gasps, wading in, but the light fades. Yamosa's mist curling, hiding her daughter, her will not yet ready to reveal. Tunde, splashing, cries. She's here but finds only lilies, his boat bobbing. Nia, at the edge, trembles. The river's hum, a judgment. Her lie a fragile dam against Yamosa's tide. Deka, staff raised, chants. The goddess speaks, his voice stirring Kwemto. The miracle, a sign that Sira, Yamosa's child, lives, setting Nia's heart to race as the village's faith and the river's power close in on her dark deed. The sun dips toward dusk in Kwemto, casting a rosy glow over the river's pool where Sira's light faded. Remember that glowing cloth Kofi glimpsed, only to vanish in Yamosa's mist. The village, stirred by the miracle, gathers at the water's edge, their murmurs blending with the river's hum. Cowries tossed to Yamosa's shrine in hope. Kofi, wading back, his eyes red with grief and wonder. Clutches Tunde, whose carved boat bobs in the lilies, his faith in Sira unshaken. Nia, at the crowd's edge, grips her woven mat, her envy masked by feigned prayers, her guilt spiking as the river's pulse seems to whisper her crime. Unseen, Yamosa, the river goddess, cradles Sira in a hidden cove, her daughter's glow bright, her rescue a divine act that will soon unravel Nia's sin and awaken Kwemto to its sacred child. Yamosa, her form a cascade of light, tends Sira in a cave behind the pool, its walls slick with moss, fish circling like guardians. Sira, cooing, her eyes river bright, glows stronger, her divine birth a secret Nia's act could not drown. The goddess, her voice a ripple, hums Mawa's lullaby. Remember Kofi's song, weaving protection, her wrath for Nia held like a storm's pause. She places Sira in a cradle of reeds, her glow a beacon, and sends a sign a single egret, its wings flashing, soaring over Kwemto, its cry piercing the dusk. A call to the village that Yamosa's daughter lives, her power stirring. In Kwemto, the egret's cry halts the crowd. Elder Deka, raising his staff, his griot's voice chanting, Yamosa speaks women kneel. Men pause. The river's hum louder, as if alive. Kofi, heart pounding, recalls Mawa's tales of Yamosa's signs birds, lights, currents, and believes Sira survives, his hope reignited. Tunde, clutching his boat, points to the egret. It's for Sira, his voice bright, unaware of Nia's trembling hands. Nia, her lie about spirits fraying, mutters, "Just a bird," but her eyes dart to the river, fearing Yamosa's gaze, her envy now a cage, her sin a weight the goddess's miracle threatens to crush. A fisherman, returning late, shouts from upstream. A glow in a cave, Sira's light, spilling from Yamosa's sanctuary, drawing eyes. Kofi, sprinting, leads the village, Tunde at his side, their nets forgotten, the pool's memory driving them. Nia, forced to follow, her mat clutched, feels the river's hum like a heartbeat, her guilt a drum. Her plan to blame spirits unraveling. The cave, hidden by vines, glows softly, its entrance narrow, the water lapping as if inviting entry. Kofi, wading in, calls, Sira, his voice breaking, but Yamosa's mist swirls, guarding her daughter, her will testing Kwemto's faith before revealing her child. Inside, Yamosa weaves a vision, her light showing Sira's birth a union of goddess and mortal, Mawa's spirit her bridge, a secret even Kofi never knew. Sira, Yamosa's heir, was sent to heal Kwemto, her glow a spark of divine love, Nia's act a blasphemy to be judged. The goddess, her wrath rising, sends another sign a ripple across the river, fish leaping, their scales flashing, drawing the village closer. Deka, at the cave's mouth, sings of Yamosa's mercy, his chorus strumming, the river keeps, the river gives, the crowd. Awed, praise, cowries piling at the shrine, while Nia, pale, feels the goddess's eyes, her lie a fragile thread against the river's truth. Kofi, peering into the cave, sees only mist, but Tunde, bold, slips through, his boat raised like a shield, calling Sira's name. The mist parts, revealing Sira's reed cradle, her glow dazzling, unharmed. Father Tunde shouts, and Kofi, heart soaring, reaches for her. But Yamosa's voice, a soft roar, halts him. Wait. She hums, her power clear, her daughter not yet returned, her rescue a step toward justice. Nia, at the cave's edge, collapses, her mat falling. The river's hum a judgment, her envy exposed as Kwemto's wonder grows. Sira's divine light a flame that will soon burn away her sin, uniting the village under Yamosa's grace. The stars blaze over Kwemto, their light dancing on the river's surface as the village gathers near the glowing cave. Where Sira's divine radiance, remember that beacon in Yamosa's mist, sparks whispers of miracles. Kofi, at the cave's mouth, grips Tunde's shoulder, his heart torn between hope and the goddess's command to wait. His fisherman's hands itching to hold Sira, Tunde, clutching his carved boat, stares into the mist, his faith in his sister's return unshaken, while Nia, crouched at the crowd's edge, her woven mat abandoned, trembles under the river's hum, her guilt clawing as Yamosa's signs multiply. The village buzzes with tales of the glowing child, fish leaping, and egrets soaring, unsettling Nia's fragile calm. Her envy blind sin now a shadow under the goddess's watchful gaze, as Kwemto's wonder heralds Sira's divine presence. The river pulses, its current swirling, as if Yamosa weaves her daughter's tale into Kwemto's heart. Women light fires by the shrine, their prayers rising, cowries glinting like stars. Men, nets idle, share tales of lights in the water, their voices awed, recalling Mawa's stories of Yamosa's miracles. Elder Deka, his kora strumming, sings of a child born of the river, his griot's wisdom stirring the crowd. She is Yamosa's own, he declares, his staff raised, the snake carving seeming to move. Kofi, listening, feels Mawa's spirit, her lullaby sung to Sira now a divine echo. His hope swelling despite the mist's barrier. Tunde, bold, whispers. Sira's stronger than nets, his boat a talisman, his love a light Nia cannot dim. Nia, her face pale, feels the village's faith like a noose, her lie about spirits crumbling under the cave's glow. She recalls the river's cold embrace when she cast Sira away, her envy for Tunde's future a poison then, now a trap. It was a mistake, she mutters, her voice lost in the crowd. But the river's hum grows louder. Yamosa's judgment near. Woman, offering cowries, glances at Nia, her eyes sharp. The goddess knows truth, she says, echoing Deka's warning, and Nia flinches, her hands shaking, her woven mats a frail shield against the miracle unfolding. Sira's light a fire she cannot quench. In the cave, Yamosa cradles Sira, her reed cradle floating, her glow brighter, fish circling like sentinels. The goddess, her form a shimmer of waves, hums, her love fierce, her wrath a tide held for Nia's reckoning. She sends another sign a breeze, sweet with lilies, carrying Sira's coup across the river. A sound Kwemto hears. Kofi, heart leaping, wades closer, calling. Sira, but the mist thickens. Yamosa's will firm, Sira's return awaits justice. Her divine birth a truth to heal Kwemto. Tunde, splashing, holds his boat high, shouting. She's here, his voice a spark, drawing the village, their prayers a chorus, griots weaving the glowing child into songs. Nia, pushed forward by the crowd, faces the cave, her guilt a weight, her envy now fear as the river's hum drums her crime. She sees Kofi's hope, Tunde's faith, and feels Yamosa's gaze, her lie a pebble against the goddess's power. A fisherman, upstream, cries, lights in the water, Sira's glow reflecting, a miracle spreading. Deka, chanting, leads the village, his kora a pulse. Yamosa's child lives. The crowd surges, women tossing beads, men raising nets. Their faith a tide Nia cannot stem. Kofi, eyes on the mist, vows, I'll wait. Goddess, his love for Sira born of Mawa's memory unyielding, unaware of Nia's trembling truth. The night deepens, fires crackling, the river alive with Yamosa's signs, fish leaping, breezes singing. Sira's glow a beacon. Nia, alone in the crowd, feels the village's wonder as a cage, her sin exposed to the river's light. Tunde, by Kofi, whispers. Sira's coming home, his boat a promise, his heart blind to Nia's deed. The griots, their voices soaring, sing of a child who defies the current, a daughter of Yamosa, her light Kwemto's hope. Nia, her mat forgotten, sinks to her knees, the river's hum a summons, her fear spiking as Sira's miracle grows, setting the stage for Yamosa's justice and Kwemto's awakening to the goddess's sacred child. The dawn breaks over Kwemto, painting the river in hues of gold as the village lingers by the glowing cave. Where Sira's light remember that divine beacon in Yamosa's mist pulses faintly, a promise of her return. Kofi, his fisherman hands raw from wading, stands at the cave's mouth, his eyes fixed on the mist, his heart tethered to Sira, the daughter he named for Mawa's gift. Tunde, clutching his carved boat, scans the water, his faith in Sira's survival aflame, while Nia, her guilt a tightening noose, hovers at the crowd's edge, her woven mats forgotten, the river's hum a relentless accusation. Kwemto buzzes with tales of leaping fish and singing breezes, but Kofi's torn search, guided by Yamosa's strange signs, deepens, pulling him closer to his divine child and Nia's hidden crime, as the goddess's power stirs the valley's dust. Kofi, sleepless, wades into the river, his nets long idle. His hope fueled by the egret's cry and the cave's glow. Remember those signs Yamosa sent. He recalls Mawa's tales of the goddess, how Yamosa marked her chosen with lights and songs, and believes Sira lives, her loss no spirit's theft, as Nia claimed. "Show me, Yamosa," he whispers, his voice rough, the river's current tugging his legs, as if answering. Tunde, trailing, holds his boat, shouting. Sira's close. His love fierce, blind to Nia's trembling hands. The village watches, women praying at the shrine, men combing reeds, griots strumming of a child who defies the water's pull, their faith a tide Nia fears. A new sign appears, a ripple, unnaturally swift, carving a path to a willow grove downstream, where lilies bloom thick. Kofi, heart pounding, follows, Tunde at his side, the river's hum louder. Yamosa's will clear. The grove, shaded and still, glows faintly. Sira's light reflecting in the water, a trace of her cradle. Kofi kneels, finding a reed, delicate and woven, like the one in the cave, his fingers trembling. She was here, he says, his voice breaking. Mawa's lullaby, a prayer. Tunde, splashing, finds a bead, river blue, and holds it up. Sira's his grin wide. Unaware of Nia's sin, the bead a clue Yamosa offers to guide Kofi's search. Nia, watching from afar, feels the river's pulse like a drum, her lie about spirits cracking under Yamosa's signs. She recalls casting Sira into the current, her envy for Tunde's future afire then, now a trap closing. It's nothing, she mutters, joining the grove's crowd, her voice shrill, but her eyes betray fear, the bead a spark of her doom. Elder Deka, his kora silent, approaches Kofi, his staff tapping. The goddess leads you, he says, his griot's eyes on Nia, sensing her guilt, her woven mats no shield against the river's truth. The village, gathered, murmurs of miracles, cowries piling at the shrine, their wonder a weight Nia cannot bear. Kofi, clutching the reed, vows to search every bend, his love for Sira, a flame, Yamosa fuels. He recalls the pool's glow, the egret's cry, and now the bead, each a step toward his daughter, his faith in Yamosa stronger than his grief. Tunde, tying the bead to his boat, says, "We'll find her, Father," his voice a spark, his carved toy a symbol of hope. Nia, forced to follow, her hands shaking, feels the river's hum as a summons, her envy now dread. Yamosa signs a net tightening. A woman, tossing cowries, whispers, the goddess punishes, and Nia stumbles. Her lie a fragile dam against the tide of Sira's divine return. The grove hums, fish leaping, the river alive with Yamosa's will, her daughter safe in the cave, her glow a promise. Kofi, leading Tunde back to the village, plans to search at dawn, his nets traded for faith, Mawa's spirit in his heart. Griots, strumming, weave the bead into songs, a child of light who calls her father. Kwemto's hope rising. Nia, trailing, sees the shrine's cowries, the village's faith, and feels Yamosa's gaze. Her crime a shadow the goddess will soon unveil. As Kofi's search and Sira's light draw Kwemto toward a reckoning, where envy meets divine justice under the river's sacred flow. The midday sun glares over Kwemto, its heat shimmering on the river as the village hums with tales of Sira's light. The reed and bead remember those signs from the willow grove fueling hope in Kofi's relentless search. Kofi, his fisherman's frame weary, mends a net by the shrine, his eyes on the water. The carved boat Tunde holds a reminder of Sira's promise. Tunde, tying the river blue bead to his toy, chatters of finding his sister, his faith a spark in Kwemto's dust. Nia, her woven mats untouched, lingers in their hut, her guilt a gnawing beast, her envy now drowned in dread as Yamosa's signs the egret, the glow, the ripple hint at her crime's exposure, the river goddess's power tightening around her heart like a fisherman's knot. Nia, alone, stares at the river through the hut's low door, its hum a constant accusation, her lie about spirits unraveling with every village whisper. She recalls the night she cast Asira away, her envy for Tunde's future afire, the water's cold embrace her ally, now her judge. The bead, found by Tunde, haunts her. Its blue, a mirror of Sira's eyes, Yamosa's eyes, a divine mark she ignored. No one saw, she whispers, her hands trembling, but the river's pulse, louder today, feels like footsteps. Yamosa's wrath a tide she cannot outrun. Her weaving, once a comfort, lies abandoned, her sin a weight heavier than Kofi's nets. Outside, Kwemto thrives on faith. Women weave offerings for Yamosa's shrine. Men patrol the banks. Griots sing of a child who lights the water. Kofi, joining Elder Deka, shares the reed, his voice steady. She's alive. I feel it, he says. Mawa's lullaby sung to Sira a prayer in his heart. Deka, his kora strumming, nods, his griot's wisdom sharp. Yamosa tests us, he says, his eyes flicking to Nia's hut, sensing her fear, the snake on his staff seeming to coil. Tunde, running up, shows his boat, the bead glinting. Sira's calling us, he says, his love blind to Nia's trembling shadow. Her guilt, a secret Yamosa signs a road. A new sign stirs a breeze, sharp with river mist, carries a hum, like a child's coo, from the cave. Kofi, heart leaping, sprints to the pool, Tunde at his heels, the village following, their cowries clinking. The cave glows brighter, Sira's light spilling, Yamosa's mist thinning, as if her daughter's return nears. Kofi, waiting, calls. Sira, his voice raw, the reed in his hand a talisman. Tunde, splashing, holds his boat, shouting. We're here, his faith a beacon, unaware of Nia's dread. Nia, forced to join, her face pale, feels the river's hum as a voice. Yamosa's power a blade, her lie about spirits a fragile raft against the goddess's truth. In the cave, Yamosa cradles Sira, her reed cradle glowing, fish circling, her divine glow a fire. The goddess, her form waves and light, hums, her love for Sira fierce, her wrath for Nia a storm brewing. She sends a vision to Kofi, a flash in the mist. Sira's face, her eyes river bright, born of Yamosa through Mawa's spirit. A truth Kofi feels but cannot name. The village, gathered, gasps as the mist parts, a lily floating from the cave, its petals glowing, a sign of Sira's life. Deka, chanting, raises his staff. Yamosa's child breathes his kora a pulse. Kwemto's faith a tide, Nia cannot escape. Her envy a chain snapping under the goddess's gaze. Nia, at the crowd's edge, collapses, her hands clawing the dirt. The lily, a spark of her doom. I didn't know, she whispers, her voice lost. The river's hum a roar. Yamosa's signs egret, bead. Lily, a net closing. Kofi, seeing her, frowns, his fisherman's instinct stirring. Mawa's tales of Yamosa's justice in his mind. Tunde, by the water, ties the lily to his boat, his hope pure, blind to Nia's sin. The griots, their voices soaring, sing of a child who defies the current, a daughter of the river. Her light Kwemto's salvation. Nia, her dread peaking, feels Yamosa's wrath, her crime a shadow the goddess will soon unveil. As Sira's divine return looms, ready to shatter her lie and heal Kwemto's heart. The twilight cloaks Kwemto in a soft purple haze. The river's glow reflecting Sira's light from the cave remember that lily, floating like a star, signaling Yamosa's child lives. The village gathers at the pool, their fires crackling. Cowries piling at Yamosa's shrine, their faith a chorus of prayers and griot songs. Kofi, waiting near the cave, his fisherman's eyes fixed on the mist, feels Sira's presence, the reed and bead clues from the grove tight in his grip. Mawa's lullaby a heartbeat. Tunde, his carved boat adorned with the lily, stands by him, his voice calling Sira, his love aflame. Nia's sin cannot dim. Nia, her guilt a crushing tide, huddles by a hut, her woven mats dust-covered, as Yamosa, the river goddess, reveals her daughter, forcing Nia to face the wicked act she thought the river had swallowed. The river hums louder, its currents swirling, as Yamosa's mist parts, the cave's glow blazing. Sira's reed cradle floating into view, her tiny form radiant, unharmed. Kofi gasps, Sira his voice breaking, wading deeper, his nets forgotten, his love a bridge to his divine child. Tunde, splashing, raises his boat, shouting. She's back, his joy pure, the bead and lily glinting, signs of Yamosa's grace. The village, awed, kneels, women tossing beads, men chanting, griot's chorus soaring, their song of a river-born child now truth. Elder Deka, his staff high, declares. Yamosa's daughter returns his griot's voice a thunder, the snake carving alive in the firelight, as Kwemto's wonder drowns Nia's dread. Yamosa, her form a cascade of light, rises from the pool, Sira in her arms, her eyes river bright, her voice a ripple shaking the valley. My child, born to heal, was cast away, she says, her gaze piercing Nia, who shrinks, her lie about spirits shattered. The goddess reveals Sira's birth conceived through Mawa's spirit, a divine gift to Kwemto, her glow a spark of Yamosa's love, Nia's act a blasphemy. Kofi, trembling, reaches for Sira, his heart full. Mawa's lullaby now. Yamosa's, his fisherman's faith rewarded. Tunde, eyes wide, touches Sira's hand, his boat a vow kept, unaware of Nia's trembling form. Her envy a shadow, the goddess's light burns away. Nia, exposed, falls to her knees, her voice a wail. I didn't know her hands clawing the dirt, the river's hum a judgment. She confesses, her words spilling envy for Tunde, fear of Mawa's legacy, the night she cast Sira into the current, thinking the river would hide her sin. The village gasps, women clutching cowries, men glaring, griots pausing, their song now a dirge. Kofi, holding Sira, stares at Nia, his love for his daughter clashing with betrayal, his fisherman's heart torn. Tunde, confused, drops his boat. Why? Mother, his voice small. His love for Sira blind to Nia's crime. Her confession a wound in Kwemto's dust. Yamosa, her wrath a storm held, speaks, her voice soft but iron. Your envy broke my heart, Nia, she says, but Sira's light heals. She offers mercy a chance to atone, to serve Kwemto's shrine, or face the river's depths. Nia, sobbing, chooses atonement. Her woven mats a past she'll trade for labor, her guilt a lifelong debt. The village, stirred, nods, Deka's staff tapping approval, his kora resuming, a song of justice. Kofi, cradling Sira, forgives, his love for Tunde and Kwemto stronger than Nia's sin. Mawa's spirit a guide. Tunde, taking Sira's hand, smiles, his boat afloat, his heart whole, Yamosa's mercy a lesson. The night deepens, fires glowing, the river calm, Sira's glow a beacon in Kofi's arms, her divine return a miracle. Kwemto celebrates, Griots sing of Yamosa's daughter, her light defying envy, her cradle a symbol of grace. Nia, kneeling by the shrine, begins her penance, her hands cleaning cowries, her envy purged. Yamosa's gaze a constant watch. The village, united, prays, their faith in Sira, Kofi, and Tunde aflame. The rivers hum a lullaby. But Yamosa's final test looms, a reckoning for Kwemto to prove its heart, as Sira's divine legacy and Nia's atonement weave a future under the goddess's sacred flow. The dawn spills golden light over Kwemto, its river sparkling as Sira's glow remember that divine radiance Yamosa unveiled in the cave warms Kofi's hut, where the baby coos in a new cradle, her river-bright eyes a beacon of hope. Kofi, his fisherman's hands gentle, rocks Sira, his heart full. Mawa's lullaby now a hymn to Yamosa's mercy. Tunde, tying his carved boat with the blue bead and lily, plays nearby, his love for Sira a steady flame, unaware of the village's shifting tides. Nia, her envy burned away by confession, labors at Yamosa's shrine, her woven mats traded for cowrie cleaning, her atonement a daily plea under the goddess's gaze. Kwemto, buzzing with Sira's return, faces a sacred reckoning as Yamosa's wrath tests the village's heart, demanding unity to honor her divine daughter and heal Nia's sin. The village gathers at the shrine, a stone carved with waves, where cowries and beads pile high, offerings to Yamosa's grace. Elder Deka, his kora strumming, leads prayers, his griot's voice weaving Sira's tale a child cast out, saved by the river, her glow Kwemto's salvation. Yamosa watches. He says, his staff tapping, the snake carving glinting, urging the village to prove its worth. Kofi, holding. Sira, speaks, his voice steady. She's ours, not mine alone. His fisherman's heart open, Mawa's spirit in his words. Tunde, raising his boat, adds, Sira's for all his innocence a spark, blind to Nia's shadow, her penance a quiet backdrop. Nia, scrubbing the shrine, feels the village's eyes, her guilt a weight, her confession remember her wail by the cave a wound Kwemto heals with cautious trust. A woman, once her friend, offers water, saying, work hard, Nia, her tone firm but kind, Yamosa's mercy a guide. Nia nods, her hands raw, the river's hum softer, as if the goddess listens, but whispers linger some traders, eyeing cowries, doubt her change, their greed attest Yamosa senses. The river ripples, unnaturally swift, a sign of the goddess's wrath, demanding Kwemto's unity, not division, to honor Sira's divine birth and Nia's atonement. Yamosa, unseen, watches from the river, her form a shimmer, Sira's glow her heart. She sends a trial a storm, clouds gathering, the river swelling, its currents fierce, threatening Kwemto's nets and huts. Kofi, sensing danger, rallies men to secure boats, his love for Sira fueling his strength. Tunde, tying nets, helps, his boat safe. His faith in Yamosa, pure. Nia, at the shrine, sees the storm, her fear spiking Yamosa's wrath. She thinks for her sin. She runs to the village, shouting. Save the children her penance turning to action, her hands pulling ropes, her voice a plea for forgiveness. The river's roar a mirror of her dread. The storm hits, rain lashing, the river flooding, huts trembling. Kwemto unites women's shield fires, men brace walls, griots sing to calm fears, Deka's kora a steady pulse. Kofi, waiting, saves a child from the current. His fisherman's skill, Yamosa's gift. Tunde, bold, ties a net to save a drifting boat, his lily-adorned toy a beacon. Nia, soaked, helps a family, her strength surprising, her envy gone, her act a step toward redemption. The village, tested, holds, their faith in Sira, Yamosa's child, a bond stronger than the storm, their unity a shield against the goddess's wrath, proving Kwemto's heart. As the storm fades, the river calms, its hum gentle. Yamosa's approval clear. A rainbow arches, touching the shrine, a sign of peace. Sira's glow brighter in Kofi's hut. Nia, exhausted, kneels by the water, her hands clean. The village's trust budding, her atonement a path. Kofi, cradling Sira, thanks her, his forgiveness a bridge, Mawa's lullaby a bond. Tunde, his boat safe, hugs Nia, his love blind to her past, his heart Kwemto's future. Griots, strumming, weave the storm into Sira's tale, a village saved by unity. Yamosa's wrath sated, her daughter's legacy a light to guide Kwemto toward a new dawn of harmony. The morning sun bathes Kwemto in a warm glow, the river sparkling like a ribbon of light as Sira's radiance remember that divine glow in her cradle shines from Kofi's hut, where she coos, her river-bright eyes a symbol of Yamosa's grace. Kofi, his fisherman's hands steady, mends nets, his heart full. Sira's return and the storm's test survived through unity binding Kwemto closer. Tunde, his carved boat adorned with bead and lily, plays by the river, his love for Sira a spark, his faith in Yamosa unshaken. Nia, her penance a daily rite at the shrine, weaves new mats, her envy purged, her atonement earning Kwemto's trust. The village, healed by Sira's divine legacy, thrives, its huts strong, its nets full, as Kofi's family, united under Yamosa's mercy, forges a future where love triumphs over sin. The rivers hum a lullaby for a new dawn. Kwemto's square bustles women weave vibrant cloth, men haul fish, children dance, their laughter mingling with Griot's chorus, now singing of Sira, the river's daughter, who turned wrath to peace. Elder Deka, his staff raised, blesses the village, the snake carving gleaming, his griot's voice weaving the storm's lesson unity over greed, faith over fear. Sira binds us, he says, his kora strumming, cowries piling at Yamosa's shrine, a stone now adorned with lilies, a nod to the goddess's signs. Kofi, cradling. Sira, nods, his love for her, born of Mawa's lullaby, now Kwemto's heart, his fisherman's life enriched by her divine spark. Nia, at the shrine, cleans beads, her hands gentle, her woven mats gifted to neighbors, a sign of her change, a woman once wary, thanks her, saying, Yamosa sees your heart. Echoing the mercy Nia felt at the cave remember her confession, Nia smiles, her guilt lighter, the river's hum a comfort, not a judge. Tunde, running up, shows her a new boat, carved with Sira's name, his grin wide, his love blind to her past. A bridge Kofi strengthens. Your family, Kofi says, his forgiveness raw, his nets shared, his hut open, Mawa's spirit a thread weaving Nia back into Kwemto's fold. The river, calm, reflects Sira's glow, fish leaping, a sign Yamosa watches, her wrath sated, her daughter's legacy a light. Kofi, teaching Tunde to cast nets, shares Mawa's tales of Yamosa, her blessings now reel Sira's life, Kwemto's harvest, Nia's redemption. Tunde, tying the lily to his boat, vows, I'll protect Sira forever, his heart Kwemto's future, his carved toy a symbol of hope. The village, united, builds a new hut for healers, a school for children, all funded by shared fish, not greed. Sira's glow a spark that turned dust to dreams, griots weaving her tale into songs of harmony. A feast marks Sira's first moon. Drums thumping, fires blazing, Kwemto celebrating its divine child, Kofi holding Sira, dances, his laughter rich, Mawa's lullaby on his lips, Tunde twirling beside him, his boat aloft. Nia, serving yam stew, joins, her woven headscarf bright, her place earned, Yamosa's mercy her guide. Deka, his kora soaring, sings, from envy to light. Sira heals, the village cheering, cowries tossed, the river humming approval. Kwemto, once torn, thrives. Its unity a vow to Yamosa. Sira's legacy a flame. Her divine birth a tale griots will sing under stars that saw her rise. Now, dear listener, let Kwemto's tale drift like a river's gentle flow, its ripples fading into a velvet night. See the village at rest, huts glowing, the river whispering Sira's name, her glow a star in Kofi's arms. Tunde's boat bobs, Nia's mats weave peace, and Griot's songs soften, a lullaby for a valley healed. You've sailed their storm envy's sin. Yamosa's wrath, unity's triumph, let it settle. A warm breath in your heart. The river hums. The stars cradle Kwemto, and Sira's light, divine and true, lingers, a promise of love's forever. Sleep softly, under a sky that holds their harmony. Thanks for listening.